It seems Netflix is going hard in 2025 as there is a massive amount of stuff coming to the platform this year. From new shows to old shows returning to movies, there is a lot to look forward to. So let's take a look at the year ahead for Netflix. Now, I am not covering everything, mostly because I am not as interested in everything. So let's take a look at the year, starting with all of the projects that have either a confirmed release date or at least a confirmed release month. So in March, we will be getting the next SpongeBob movie, or rather a Plankton movie, releasing on March 7th, and the long-awaited adaptation of The Electric State with Millie Bobby Brown coming March 14th, so a week later. The Electric State is the one I'm looking forward to in March, but I am skeptical, as I have heard somewhat negative things about its accuracy to the book it's adapting, but that's all based on the one trailer we've had so far, so we'll have to wait and see when the movie actually releases. In April, the first season of Devil May Cry, the next Netflix anime series, will be releasing on the 3rd of April. I am looking forward to this one, as I have always enjoyed Netflix's anime content, both their Netflix originals and in the content they have gained access to. In June, the third and final season of Squid Game will be released on the 27th of that month. I have not watched Squid Game, and I've only heard good things about it, so I am considering watching it ahead of this new release, but that is the main thing to get hyped for in the month of June. In July, The Old Guard 2, the sequel to a movie I have never seen, and a long-awaited sequel, apparently, as the first one came out almost 5 years ago during the pandemic, will release on the 2nd of that month. In November, with no confirmed release date exactly, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein with Oscar Isaac will release, another movie I'm hyped for, as Guillermo del Toro has a skill for the horror and the dark and slightly more eldritch urban fantasy that Frankenstein is. He had great success with his Pinocchio film in 2022, so it is good to see him getting back into what he knows well. Now we move on to the movies and shows that are confirmed for 2025 but have no clear release date. Happy Gilmore 2, The Twits, another animated Roald Dahl movie based off one of his smaller novels, another which I'm decently looking forward to as a continuing fan of his wacky stories and his various works, as well as being a fan of a good few of the adaptations we have had in the past. There is also going to be a sequel to one of Netflix's most popular and most streamed foreign films in Troll 2, the Norwegian urban fantasy monster movie, which I have never seen, but the numbers speak for themselves. We are also getting a third Knives Out movie in Wake Up Dead Man with a stacked cast already with the likes of Jeremy Renner, Josh O'Connor, Glenn Close, continuing on from the very well received and popular second entry. For TV shows, Big Mouth's final season, thank God, is confirmed for 2025, as is the third and final season of Blood of Zeus, another of my favourite Netflix animes, is confirmed and has been for a while. I'm interested to see where they go with this story, given where things ended last season. Black Mirror Season 7 is expected for spring 2025. I've not watched much of Black Mirror, but I am interested to see what happens next with the sci-fi horror anthology series. The final season of Stranger Things is confirmed for 2025 and has completed filming as of this recording, but has no confirmed release date as of yet, expecting a late 2025 release. The Sandman is confirmed for a second and final season, but this is not only due to the allegations against Neil Gaiman, but also the creators have said that they only have enough story left for another full season, which is perfectly reasonable. They've done a good job of covering as much of the graphic novels as possible, and I think this is a positive because it means that the future of the adaptation will not be too negatively affected by the allegations against Neil Gaiman. The Witcher with Liam Hemsworth as Geralt, is set to return for its 4th season in 2025, though no release date nor any additional information has been released or announced as of yet. Wednesday Season 2 is confirmed, and I'm currently making my way through the first season to get myself ready for this next season. Asterix and Obelix: The Big Fight is another animated adaptation of the famous French comic, and is confirmed but with no release date. The anime adaptation of Scott Westerfeld's Leviathan novel has been confirmed for 2025, or is expected, but with no release date. This is one that has been on my radar since I did that Netflix animated list early last year, so I'm looking forward to this one, and I do hope it gets a release date this year. The creator of BoJack Horseman is creating a new series for Netflix called Long Story Short. I've seen a single shot of the art style, and it's quite an interesting art style. I'm looking forward to seeing how this one works, and I haven't watched BoJack Horseman. It's on my list, as many things are, but I think it's another one of those sort of more adult, family-oriented sitcoms based on that one image I could find, and also knowing what BoJack Horseman is like. Hopefully it's a little more upbeat though. Man vs. Baby is the follow-up to Man vs. Bee with Ron Atkinson, a great little short comedy series, very funny and very, very Rowan Atkinson. So that's something interesting to look forward to. Now, Motel Transylvania is a continuation of the Hotel Transylvania series in TV show form. I don't actually think this will be released this year. I think this is kind of just, they have said they're working on it. They have said that it's going to happen, but I don't really know how much time they would have dedicated to it, given sort of how much, I don't know. I just don't think this will be releasing this year. It's probably maybe last year. If it does release this year, it'll probably be releasing closer to the end of the year or very early next year. Now, one thing I didn't see is One Piece Season 2, the second season of the live-action adaptation, which has finished filming as of recently. I think that one can kind of expect a much later in the year release date. If they push it, they might also just say we'll push it to very early 2026, which is fine, but that is something that is in production or is in post-production, but they haven't said anything about it. So that is everything that I'm looking to Netflix for, and there is a lot, both in terms of what to catch up on and to get excited for. So 2025 is going to be a big year for streaming, not just for Netflix, but for tons of others, and I look forward to reviewing as many of these shows as possible in this coming year.